Hi, my name is Pete Hahn, and thank you for watching this tutorial video. Be sure to visit www.hahn-tech.com for the full library of video tutorials. I hope this video increases your knowledge and helps you become more efficient with this topic, whether for home or work. Please support this channel by sharing these videos with your friends and colleagues. Hi guys, welcome to today's video. This video should look a little familiar. We've covered this topic in previous video, and that is the Ichimoku indicator. I sure hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I never feel as though I am. This video is going to add some functionality to the Ichimoku that we did not introduce in a previous video. The previous video allowed for a scan, so you could build a custom scan based upon some signals that I got from Hubert Senters. So I gave Hubert Senters credit for that original one. I'm giving him credit for this one. We're going to provide links within the description of the video if you want to read up and watch some videos on how Hubert Senters teaches the Ichimoku study. The signals that are generated here are his material. They're basically based upon his set of rules that he promotes in his video. And this is a great time here for the disclaimer, and that is that I am not a professional trader. I am not a certified financial advisor. Nothing in this video should be interpreted as an advertisement to buy or sell any financial instrument. My sole purpose here is to provide the trading community with tools to get the job done better and faster. So here we go. We're going to get into the details of the video. What we're going to cover today is I'm going to show you how to use the indicator. So it's got alerts built in, audible alerts, visual alerts. You can see a couple of arrows here that we've got for signals that are being presented. We're going to provide this code for free, so stick around to the end of the video. We're going to be providing a link where you can download this and import it into your Thinkorswim. And because some individuals have been struggling with that process, we're going to cover that in this video. As we present that link for you to download, we'll also provide you some instructions, because many people are used to opening a text file and copying and pasting. We don't do that here for the most part. We do so on a rare occasion, but for the most part we provide you the actual study file that I export directly out of Thinkorswim. Now what that does is it provides a more error-free way of getting your code into your Thinkorswim platform. It also allows the control of versioning and names. So if I name the study a certain name, then that's how it's going to be imported under that name. And you'll see how that's important, because later on in the video we're also going to be showing you how you can create study alerts. Now a study alert is a little different than a chart-based alert. What you see here with these arrows, and what I'll demonstrate in a little bit, are a chart-based alert. A chart-based alert only works on a live chart while you're logged into Thinkorswim. However, if you build a study-based alert, now a study alert, you'll see it under the Market Watch tab. I'll show you a little bit later here, but if you open up that Market Watch tab, you'll see that there is a section here for alerts. Okay, so we'll be going to Market Watch and alerts, and I'll be showing you how to do a study alert based upon this indicator. Now it's a custom indicator, so you won't be able to build those alerts until you download and import this study, and it's important that that name matches. Okay, so what that means with a study-based alert, you will be able to receive texts or email notifications through the Thinkorswim platform, because it resides on their server and it runs on their server, and that way you don't have to be logged in to get the alerts. Okay, so let's dig right in here and get started. Let's go to Studies. I'm going to click on Studies, and I'm going to select Edit Studies, and then from the Edit Studies I'm going to click the gear icon. I'm going to show you the inputs for the study. You can see we've got just the standard inputs here for the Ichimoku, and then we've got a look back and the breakout bars, and then we've got a signal type and require confirmation. Now if none of those four items on the bottom here, 1, 2, 3, 4, if none of those four items make any sense whatsoever to you, then we'll go ahead and link a video here. You want to go ahead and watch the original one, which we did on the Ichimoku scan, where we explain all of those in detail. We're not going to cover them here in this video because we're going to focus more on the alerts and how to set things up. Okay, this one has been modified so that I can easily adjust which signal I want to search for. For instance, it's currently set to cloud break as a signal type without a requirement for confirmation. I can change that by simply changing it from no to yes. When I click OK and apply and OK, the signals are updated. Now you can see that those cloud break signals that were there before, there was a short one over here to the left, and right about in the center there was a long one here. Those are gone because we've turned on a requirement for confirmation, and then because there was no confirmation for those signals, they get wiped off the board. So we'll set the confirmation back to no, and we'll look at the other signal. So we've got cloud break, and then we've got the TK cross. I'm just going to call it a TK cross because I don't want to mispronounce the lines. So we go to TK cross, and then we press OK, and we click apply and OK, and then our signals have updated. And every time that there's a cross of the T and K line for the long side or the short side, then it's going to give you a signal. Okay, so next I'm going to show you, we're going to flip through a few charts and we're going to show you what the alert actually sounds like and looks like when it gets triggered on the chart. Okay, you can see in the upper left here we've got some text here, and it says TK cross long, confirm no. So if confirmation had been set to yes, that alert would say confirm yes. So it's just telling you what the settings are and what the alert type was, which signal was generating the alert. And you can see over here in the far right, we've got that single arrow, and we've got a cross of the T and K lines indicating that we have that signal. Now I'm going to go to Studies, Edit Studies, and I'm going to click the gear icon and update the inputs so that we're now looking for the cloud break. So now I'm going to click OK and apply and OK. And again, we're not requiring confirmation at this time. So let's go ahead and flip through some more charts here and see if we've got some more signals. There we go. Now we have a cloud break short signal here on this particular stock. And you can see the arrow is pointing down here, and that is a cloud break. The T and K lines have not crossed. This is actually measuring a cloud break. And does it have confirmation? Well, if you saw the previous video where we explained this originally, then you would see that yes, it does have confirmation. Now let's go ahead and go to Studies and Edit Studies, and let's update that parameter. I'm going to click the gear icon, and then we're going to go ahead and change the confirmation from no to yes. We'll hit OK and apply and OK. Okay, so there again you see it, the text of the alert says cloud break short, confirm yes. And if you need to see a history of your alert messages, they're listed right here in the platform in the upper right. Okay, so now you know the 4 signals that are available. It's basically, well, actually, if you think about it, long and short, cloud break, and T and K, confirm yes or no. There's a lot more than, there's a lot of signals available. So now that you have an understanding of how to adjust the inputs and what the results are so that you can see it on the chart and understand how the alerts are displayed, the next thing I'm going to show you is how to build a study alert. And remember, I told you that a study alert resides on Thinkorswim server and will trigger whether or not you're logged into the platform. We'll also show you your settings, your platform settings, so that you can make sure that you get those text alerts or email alerts if you want to have those selected as your alert options. Okay, we're going to show you all of that coming up, and soon after that we'll give you the link to download this code and import it into your Thinkorswim platform, and we'll explain step by step how to avoid any pitfalls in the download and import process. Okay, stick around. Okay, so let's go to Market Watch and Alerts. So we're on the Alerts section of the Market Watch tab. You can see in the upper right here we've got a button called Study Alert. That's the button that we're going to be clicking to activate and adjust our alerts. Now if you've seen the video that we've done on Thinkorswim auto trading almost, then you understand about conditional orders and how to set up conditional orders using a condition wizard. And if you already understand that, this process is going to be relatively easy for you to grasp because it's the same exact interface. You use a condition wizard to build your alerts, and it's really, really simple. You don't even know how to write any code. Trust me, it's really, really simple. So let's, though, make sure that we understand where the settings are to ensure that your platform is set up to send text and or email alerts. So go to Setup, Application Settings, and you can see under this tab here right next to General, Notifications, I've got my email address and my phone number grayed out here so that you can't see it. However, what I've got is I've established and confirmed an email address and a cell phone address for text alerts. And then you have many options here on how you want those notifications to be sent out, and you have your alert settings. This also controls some of how the alerts are displayed. When they come in an email, you can decide how much of this information. You can see most of these boxes I have unchecked, and this is where you check to make sure that you've got alerts set up in the first place. Without having things set up here, nothing we do after this will have any effect. You won't get any alerts on a text or an email at all. Okay, so when you're done, if you've made any changes, click Apply Settings. I'm going to click Cancel because I don't want to save any changes here. So now we are ready to go in and learn the process for creating a study alert for the Ichimoku indicator that we're going to provide for you. Okay, I'm going to show you something that's very important, and it's sort of one of those hidden features I found out by contacting support. I honestly could not figure it out on my own, and it's one of those things, it's kind of like a programmer puts it in some place and hides it, you know, and that is there's an additional setting required in order to get your study alerts to send out your text or email messages. And if you don't do this step, the rest is not going to work. So again, pay very, very close attention here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set up just a standard regular alert. Okay, I'm going to make that alert based upon the last price. It really doesn't matter. I could have picked the bid or the ask or any of those others. And all I'm going to do is simply go in here, and you can see there's some options down here. These options are not going to be available from the study alert. When we go to the study alert window, you'll see that the condition wizard is present. However, this little item down here that says notify with, and mine is currently set to sound and SMS. Well, let's open that up and expand that and scroll down a little bit so you can see the full view and see many of these very same I don't know why they did this, honestly. But anyhow, it's hidden. If you don't set your alerts up here to go ahead and say, all right, send text message during U.S. market hours, send text message during U.S. market hours, after U.S. market hours, send email to all specified email addresses. If you don't make these changes here, by setting up a standard price-based alert, which is what this is. It's based upon the last or the closing price. Unless you make this change here, it will not carry over to the study alerts. And if you go to the study alerts, these settings are not available. Okay, I'll show you right now. We'll press cancel because we're not going to save any of those changes. You, however, will want to make sure that you save them. We'll go to study alert. And before we even get into building our alert, I want to explain to you here. There's nothing. Look, I'll go ahead and close this down. You see the condition preview. Do you see that other option that was down in the bottom on the other screen? No, you don't. So there's no way to set your alert types and conditions anywhere here on this screen. It has to be done on the other one. Okay, so if you missed any of that or you're confused, just hit the replay button. Go back and watch that section again. And any issues at all, please just drop us a line in the comments section. Love to help people with issues, and I understand. Trust me. Don't think that you're asking a stupid question ever. I get it. Trust me. I've been there. The reason I know so much about this platform is because I went through all of that stuff on my own. Okay. So now that we've got that squared away, I'm going to cancel this. I want to show you again from beginning. So now we've covered all the requirements to make sure that texts or email alerts are enabled completely through your platform. Next, I'm going to show you step by step how to create a study alert from scratch. We're going to use the Ichimoku. I'm going to show you how to select the different signals and view what those signals look like in a preview mode. Then pretty soon after that, we'll give you the link where you can download this indicator on your platform. Okay, so in order to create one of these study alerts, again, the button is up in the upper right hand corner. Right here is where I'm clicking. So I click the study alert, and I'll give you a heads up, just as I did the folks in the auto trading class. The window here, sometimes it defaults to a scrunched up version, kind of like this, you know, a really small version like you see here, and you can't see the subgraph. So I'm just going to click that bottom edge and drag it down until that subgraph. You see alert value here in blue. See that subgraph? Alright, you want to make sure you can view that. Now also, the other thing I want to show you guys really quickly before we get started, I want to show you how easy it is to go ahead and add a study to this preview screen. So we're going to edit studies, and I'm going to go ahead and punch in Ichimoku, and I'm going to pick, this is the one that I'm going to give you guys. It's called Chart Alert Ichimoku. Okay, so I'm going to double click to put that in there. I'm going to hit apply and OK. You can see it's already triggered, and because we're on our last signal here, CL. And you don't see anything in the lower subgraph here yet because we haven't set that condition. Okay, what I wanted to show you is that you can put that indicator right here in your preview so that you can see the actual indicator live on the chart. You can understand exactly how things are interacting and creating that alert. So, alright, so next step is we're going to add the study alert to a condition here. Okay, so now what I've got here is something that you guys might want to experiment with. This is simply saying that the low is less than yesterday's close, because this is a daily time frame that we're using here. And so it's saying the current day's low is less than yesterday's close minus 250. Now I use this on the YM futures, and it gives me a heads up if there's an unusually large move. It could happen overnight, and this alert will send me a text. And I've got them set up for the Russell 2000 and the S&P as well. So this is something that you guys might find useful. So I'll just go ahead and give you that heads up. So first thing is I've got to delete that, because without deleting that, the condition wizard will be disabled. So we go ahead and enable the condition wizard by removing any code that's in the ThinkScript editor. Next step is we go ahead and add a condition. So we're going to click the add condition button, and we'll bring that down into view. Now we want to go ahead and select, from this we want to select a study. And while we're in the studies, we can go ahead and start typing in the name of our study. So I'm going to select this very same one that I added to the chart. Now you can see all the inputs here, just like they were on the chart. Okay, so when we edited the study in the chart, you remember we had the confirm yes or no, we had the signal type, cloud break or TK cross, we had the look back period, the breakout bars. Okay, everything is right here just as it is from the chart. So I'll show you what you do here is you see the plot. You got several plots to choose from, and what you want is to pick one of the other, either the long signal or the short signal. You can only do one or the other. You can't do both with this alert. But you can set up multiple alerts, one for long, one for short. So you go ahead and select long signal in this case, and it's set to no and cloud break, and then we want it to be true. So what we have here on the left is the study setup. What do we want to capture? That's the plot. What are our inputs? We set those. And then in the middle, we select our condition. So we want the long signal to be true, and then we'll hit save. And you can see that it immediately updates the chart. Now, it's not picking up this signal here because it occurred at the close tomorrow. That will probably show up Let's double click here and look at another one. Okay, there we go. So you can see here, zoom in even a little bit more here so you can see the detail. This is set to cloud break, I think it was. Let's go ahead and go to edit, right? So I'm going to click on edit and look and say yes, it is set to cloud break. So there you have it. And there's the signal right there. It's a cloud break, and we're not requiring confirmation. In this case, it looks like we probably do have confirmation on that one. And we can go back to edit, and we can go ahead and change the require confirmation to yes, and then we save it, it updates, and again yes. So this is a confirmed cloud break signal. So we double click this. So let's go ahead and change it to another signal, the TK cross, and we'll set the confirmation to no. We'll hit save. And really all I'm doing is showing you here how these signals are presented and how you can go back and review, because these signals, wherever you see these spikes here, those are generated by the alert. And so when you see those spikes, that's where an alert would have been set. Okay? And the other thing to keep note is that this signal here is still showing what's set up on the, let's go ahead and show you that. If we go over here and go to studies and edit studies, and we go to the settings right here, okay, so we go to TK cross instead, okay, apply, and okay. So all I've done is I've updated the indicator that's in the preview box here on the chart to equal the condition that we set above. Okay, so I hope that I've covered that in really good detail for you, because I think just the one time is going to be sufficient. I'm not going to show you all the other signals, but you understand how you can go in and build it to begin with and edit the different settings and view and look to see how it's going to play out and understand how to set up your alerts. So I hope you have fun with this. I'm really excited to be able to present this to you. To be honest, I've just recently learned really how to put this all together after producing video called Thinkorswim Auto Trade Almost, because I had to work with many of the same tools, and I actually learned that you could take a custom indicator, something simple like the Ichimoku, and build some study alerts where you could actually get text alerts and stuff. So whether you want to use the auto trade system using the conditional orders, or you want to do your orders manually and just get your alerts set up and let the alerts drive your decision making process, you've got a choice there between those two. So let's see. Next, I'm going to present the link so that you can go ahead and download this study for yourself. And I want to encourage you to stick around after you download. Go ahead and download that. It's going to be up for about 30 seconds or so. And the next step in the video, we're going to show you how to avoid some of the pitfalls of downloading these files. What happens is your computer doesn't recognize the file. It's study.ts, and Thinkorswim doesn't register that file type with your operating system. And so your computer, if you try to open it to view it, the computer is going to get confused. It happens. So we're going to show you how to avoid that. You're going to download and save it to your hard drive, and then we're going to show you how to import it. Okay, so stick around for that and enjoy the code. Alright, so I'm going to bring up my Windows desktop. I've got this preloaded. So here's what happens. When you click on that link in the video has got an embedded link within it, and when you click that link, it will open up a new web page in your browser. And this is what it will look like. This one is an example study. I just put it in there. It has no content whatsoever. And all you see here in the middle is there's no preview available, and you've got a download button. Okay, so you just go ahead and click the download button. Then you can see down in the bottom left, you've got a notification here that the study has been downloaded. Okay, so all you're going to do is click this, and you want to go ahead and show in folder and move it to some other location if it's not in the folder that you wanted. Now, depending on your default settings, it's probably in a folder called downloads, and then that folder will be used to contain everything that you download. Okay, I don't want to open mine because, not because I've got anything I don't want you to see, it's just because it's a mess. I've got tons of stuff in there and I don't want to confuse you guys. So I want you to understand now that if you try to click on this, okay, if you try to click on that, you're going to run into problems. That's what you want to avoid. Don't try to open a file. It's already downloaded. It's in the folder. This is how you get to the folder, okay? And that's all you need to know is where it's located. You don't need to open it. I'm sorry, I'm kind of repeating myself here, but this is the part where everybody, a few people get really hung up, and I know it's frustrating, and I'm trying to help. So let's go ahead and go back to Thinkorswim, and I'll show you then on a chart. When you go to Studies, then you go ahead and go to Edit Studies, and this is how you would import that study once it's downloaded and saved to your computer. All you do is you click on the Import button. It's really simple. You don't have to open, you don't have to copy and paste, you don't have to create the name and everything else. You just simply click Import. You navigate to your Downloads folder, which is probably where it's going to be located. Okay? And then any of the study.ts files that are in there will show up. Now I've got a different folder where mine are located, so I'll show you what they look like here. We'll go to Documents, and we'll go to, where have I got them? Temp, and we go to TOS, and this is where I keep a bunch of different chart studies here. Okay, so those are the studies. Once you download them, that's what they look like when you try to import them, and all you have to do is select one and click Open, and it will import into your Thinkorswim platform, and then it will be available, and it will have the same exact name as we've presented here in the video. Okay, guys, that's really the end. That's all I've got to show you, and I've got lots more videos to do. I'm really excited, and I'm excited about your support. Thanks for all the helpful comments and the feedback. Guys, your feedback are what drive future content of this channel. It's all about you, and as long as you guys have more things that you want to see and learn and understand, I'm here. I'm willing to do it. And I'm grateful to be able to have these resources and to be able to do it. So you guys take care. Really appreciate it, and hope you enjoy it. Thanks. Take care, everyone. Thank you for watching this tutorial video. Be sure to visit www.hahn-tech.com for the full library of tutorials. I hope this video increases your knowledge and helps you become more efficient with this topic, whether for home or work. Please support this channel by sharing these videos with your friends and colleagues. Thanks, and take care.